Well, I remember.
They do this to us.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
I don't even. I'm not even anti-rich. You know, I do smile with these signs. I think there was somebody spray painted the Gucci store, which I've been to on Rodeo Drive, and said "Eat the rich," and I love it. But actually, I would rather eat politicians. They are the problem. And George Washington said this at the beginning of our country, that political parties will divide us and look at us. And the reason we don't talk about this is because they control the message. It's not them. It's not the Republicans and Democrats, Beverly. It's those no good cops. No, it's those no good black people. No, it's CNN. No, it's Fox News. No, motherfuckers. It is the Democrats and the Republicans, and they can fucking eat shit. There you go. See, now I feel better. Okay.
So here's the thing, and here's where I'm going.
Okay.
Smoke a cigarette, right? That felt good.
Okay. I'm ready, Beverly.
If you were a smoker, you would have a Camel right now.
I smoked. I had to stop. I had to quit drinking. Because I can't handle it. That's all I did. Now I'm on 40 milligrams of citalopram. And this is me on antidepressants, Beverly. This is me drugged.
Awesome.
Okay, can you imagine?
No. But you know what? The thing is that for me, whether I agree with that or not, I respect that.
Yeah.
And what I mean that. And one of the things we started off with you saying is you felt like just based on the things that I was saying, I might lean conservative. And you know, it isn't I want to go back to 2016. It isn't that I was like, woohoo, Donald Trump, he's going to save the world. I was like, oh my God, Hillary cannot do this because of what had happened.
Right.
I was more there.
May I interject on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe if you had been left to your own devices, you would feel the same way about Hillary Trump. I'm telling you, as a marketer,
Hillary Trump.
as a
Oh my God, you're going to get struck by lightning. You just said Hillary Trump.
I have had a brick through my window. I have had homeless people burn stuff and steal stuff. I get it. I get it. So, anyways, I'm just saying they play us, Beverly. They all play us.
So okay, so. And possibly, okay? So, but okay, here's who I am. Are you ready for this?
Come on.
I grew up, and this is my little soapbox for a minute, but because of this, it makes me who I am. All right?
Sure.
So, my girls always say, Mom, you always make it about you. You know what? For a second, I'm going to make it about me. I grew up, my little problem, my little cross to bear was a red neck, a port wine stain on my neck. It's a birthmark. Okay. It started out when I was a baby, and, you know, growing up, my mom and dad were trying to everything they could, dermabrasion, all these different things to try and make it go away. They were even going to do a skin graft and this is all while I'm little, before I go to school, because they knew I would be picked on. And we even went and talked to this doctor, and they were going to do, now you got to imagine, this is like 1964, 1965. Mm-hmm. Who knows how good these people were at this. But they were even going to do a skin graft to cover this up. Take skin from my little bum and put it on my neck, right? But I would be taking, and then I would have a white mark, because it would be, you know, discolored from the rest of my skin, rather than this red mark. Okay. And I was standing there, and this was after the dermabrasion, because what they did is they tried to, test a spot of dermabrasion and to the whole white scar instead of a red scar. And this nurse pulled me aside, and she got down to my level, and she goes, "You listen to me." She said, This is part of you. It's how you were born. There's nothing going to make you sick. It's not unhealthy. It's just a discoloration on your skin. What matters is what's inside you. And she pointed my chest and like 3 times, like, it's what's in there. And I hope you can hear me because she hit that hard. And she goes, and don't you ever forget it. And because of that, I have always been like, I don't know, just this most sensitive one in the room, read the room, for the underdog. Yeah. I wasn't a bully. I was bullied. I was picked on. I learned about bullying, later in my years. But I will tell you that I don't like the label of, well, you're conservative and you're a Trump. Sure. I'm not saying that. I appreciate that you get that vibe from me, but I want to know, is it a conservative to worry about the guy who's had his business all his life and now he doesn't know what he's going to do? Even if he gets to rebuild, it's going to take 8 weeks, but if he rebuilds now, it might get torn down again.
Sure.
Is that conservative to worry about him as much as I do for black people? I know black people are getting killed, but this was the same thing with the coronavirus. I was worried about the length of time that people were having their businesses closed. Are you outside? Did you go outside? Sage, are you still there?
Hello.
Okay.
I'm here.
It sounded like wind. I was wondering if you went outside. I was just checking on you.
No. I'm sitting right here.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, because I care about, the nursing homes, which is where we put all the people we want to die, and we're just pushing them off there. My boyfriend works in a nursing home. So, is it that? So I worry about old people. I'm worried about the businesses that were struggling. I'm worried about people that are unemployed and couldn't get unemployment because they did or didn't make enough. Is it conservative to worry about people getting this virus and then getting pissed because people weren't social distancing, and now social distancing took a flying freaking leap out the window for these protests? I'm worried about them. I'm worried, is that really going to cause a wave of, and I'm worried. It absolutely sickens me. I can't believe that it's 2020 and we are still having this. Policemen, you're terrible. Stop, focusing on an innocent black man. There's so much else that's going wrong down the street. Why are you wasting your time on this kind of thing? And it is frustrating to me. So frustrating. To tears frustrating. And I take this whole thing, and then I worry about war. Are we going to have a war? What's going to happen? We're in a war.
Sure.
You and I talked about the coronavirus was a war. It was attacking all of us as human beings, and that we were all in it together. We talked about that on the last show. This is a war across the world. Everybody's in these protests, okay, across the world, and that means we are in this together, but people are like, that's not good enough. You're not hurting bad enough. And I don't like that. And so then I get pissed. You can't tell me how I feel and what I do. And what I want to come from this, and maybe you can shed some light, and I would love to have it, is you were on that protest. By the way, I don't think there's any such thing as a peaceful protest. It's a protest. It's a protest. You can't have, in my opinion, you cannot have, Sage, it sounds like you're in a box of cats.
What? I'm sorry. Are you? I'm sorry, Beverly. Are you? Can you hear me? Okay.
Now I can, but it was just like rustly. Now it's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so just and I'll get to rounding this out, and I have a big, huge question I'm going to lay on you and put all the pressure on you. But if you look up the definition of peaceful, it says free from disturbance and tranquil, right? Well, you're putting in the same sentence a protest, which is a statement or action expressing disapproval or objection to something. An organized demonstration expressing strong objection to an official policy or course of action. Okay? We talk about the March on Washington. You know, people are saying peaceful protest. Please just call it a protest and violence that follows through. Just putting that out there, because peace is sitting on an ocean, staring at the world and watching, you know, sand blow away. That's peace. There, you know, when you are, you know this, when you go in to be in a protest, you have a message. Things might not go well because you can only control you. And so then you get other people in these massive crowds, and I'm not talking about the, you know, gosh, we've got some really violent characters out there that have nothing to do with the cause, and we all know that. But I'm just talking about you can only control you. So you're putting yourself in these situations. Here's my question to you. You ready?
I can't hear you, Beverly. I'm sorry.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
See, there was something going on. It was really weird. Like it goes like that.
I know.
So, okay, I hope that you can hear me now. Here's my question to you.
Beautiful. Yeah.
From the protests, short from all police should resign and let's get rid of policemen, what is the list of demands? What do these people want?
Okay. All right. So you have a lot of great points, Beverly. Great points. And if you have trouble hearing me, let me know.
I can hear you now. It's almost like, you know how you're on the phone with somebody and then they go outside and it's windy? That's what it was sounding like.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I haven't moved.
I don't know. I'm not outside. I don't think. Okay. I mean, I know I'm not outside. I have a fan on. I'm going to turn off the fan.
You're good. You're good. I can hear you great now.
Okay. So I will say I do find it quite amusing, the social distancing thing. Like, liberals were all up in arms about social distancing when I don't know how else to. I mean, I'm not going to say it more clearly. The people that were protesting the shutdown in Michigan, you know, liberals were like, oh, social distancing, and now it's basically the other side protesting, and now conservatives are all worried about social distancing. So we're just using these tools to our benefit, I think, you know, like, and I
appreciate that. That is definitely a both sides statement. I respect that.
Yeah.
I do.
Funny. We just use these things as tools to attack the other side, you know, and both sides did. I love that about the social distancing thing. Both sides, and may I say, you see this in history all the time. One side is upset. So, you know, like, do you remember when conservatives used to be against debt, but now we're like, debt is cool, basically? You know, I mean, you know, and I'm not for or against it. I'm not an economist. I don't know anything about anything. I just find it amusing that in my lifetime, I remember very clearly there was a time when conservatives thought that debt was bad, and we don't talk about that anymore. So, but like, and both sides do it. Anyways, there's very cool topics here of discussion. So, what are the demands? Now, that's a brilliant question, Beverly, and
I mean, you were there with them. What are you? What? I'm just. You were right there with them. I mean, I get the clear picture. We want people to stop being murdered. I get it, and we want them to stop being abused. But this is my problem with it. As you move forward in your answer to me, it isn't going away, and it's been there forever. I mean, we've been pissed off at the black-white thing forever, and personally, anybody that knows me. You know, I don't want to say the word, but my God, I really do kind of love everybody.
Sure. I believe you. I
don't know what to do. But don't tell me I don't care enough because I don't know what to do.
Sure. So, okay, you just have really great points that you just talked about in so many things, but let me talk about the demands issue.
Okay.
So, there is a group in Akron called the Freedom Bloc, and it's BLOC, okay?
Okay.
So you can look them up.
Mm-hmm.
They're at thefreedombloc.org. There's no K on the block.
Okay.
You know the word block, okay?
Yep.
And so they have a flyer,